Hello everyone, Neil from Bookbolt here, and in this video we're going to go over how to use the word search generator inside of the Bookbolt Studio. So let's hop into the computer and we will walk through exactly what you need to be looking for and how to put these puzzles together. So the first thing you want to do is log into Bookbolt, and this is going to be what you see when you log in. You want to use the drop down menu on the left to select Research and then select Create and then click on the Bookbolt Studio. Now, the studio is where you're going to do all of your designing and create these word search puzzles. So as you see, I've created a blank project. It is a paperback book right here. It's 6x9 and it has 100 pages. On the left-hand menu, you'll see the cover, but we are going to be creating an interior today with a word search puzzle. So let's go ahead and select page 1. Now, once you have a page selected, you can find all of the puzzle templates under the interior templates library, which looks like a little puzzle icon. So let's go ahead and click on that. Now, once this page is open, you can scroll through and look at all of the options available, but we are just going to select the tag of word puzzle, and you'll see word search is right here. So let's go ahead and select a word search puzzle. Now, before we get to the options of the word search puzzle, it's going to ask you how many pages you want the actual puzzles on. Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind here is that if you have never created a word search puzzle before, I highly recommend that you only create 1 or 2 puzzles at a time until you have a good understanding of what each option is going to do. So to begin with, we're going to select just 1 page and click on Next. Now, here is where you see the options for the puzzle. You can change the margins at the top of the puzzle, the right of the puzzle, the bottom of the puzzle, the left of the puzzle. You also have many options for font size, font colors, word font, the number of words per page, diagonal words, reverse words, etc. Now, if you've never seen this page before, there's a few things to keep in mind that we are going to go over. Number 1 is that in order for this puzzle type to function correctly, you will need to upload your own file. As you see right here, it's going to ask you to choose a CSV file, and right below it, there is an example. So if you download the example, it's going to show you what that is going to look like. And we're going to open that in just a second. But I do want you to see right here in bold, there's a few things you need to take into account when you're building out this file so that it works properly with the Bookbolt Studio. The first is that you need to make sure that all the words are in one column. Now, let me just bring this over here so you guys can see it. I will make it big. And notice all of the words are in a single column, and each one is going to be separated by a blank row. This is going to mean that this is where one puzzle ends, and there's a blank row, and this is where the second puzzle will begin. Okay, so all of the words in one column here. Second thing you need to know is that the words and phrases that you put into your puzzle are limited to 20 characters. The reason for this is we need to make sure that when you upload that CSV file that all those words and phrases can actually fit inside of the puzzle that will be created for your pages. And the third thing that I've seen trip people up is that when you're choosing the number of puzzles and you want to add solutions to the page, you need to make sure that you have double the number of pages in your project. So for example, if you were doing a 100-page project, you can only fit in 50 puzzles because the other 50 pages are going to be taken up by the solutions. But remember, we only selected a single page because we want to see how this is going to work. Now, I have done something on this CSV file. I'm going to pick the CSV file right now to show you how this works. So we're going to choose the CSV file. I am going to pick that on my desktop here, so give me one moment. I'm going to open it here, and as you see, it is uploaded. It says there are 60 words. Now, if I bring this over again, you will see that each puzzle selection has 12 words. I like to personally add more words in each puzzle than I am going to be selecting for the max words per page. So in this example, we will go ahead and click on 10. And we can also pick 12 as well. We'll do 1 template per page. You can use random words and sentences if the file does not meet the requirements. We're going to leave that unchecked because the file should be good to go here. We're not going to pick capital letters, but we are going to add the solutions. Now, after you've done this, you can go ahead and click on Submit. And what it's going to do is it's going to build out the puzzle, and it's also going to put right after that puzzle the solutions. Now, I'm going to go ahead and delete this because the point of this video is to show you what the options do and how to build out the puzzle. It's a really good idea to get familiar with some of the options before we actually create the full puzzle book. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this as well because I want to show you one other thing. Now let's go back in here. We'll pick on word puzzle and word search again. We'll do one page. We'll click on next. And remember, our file here has 12 words per puzzle. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the max words per page to 12. We are going to add the solutions. We are going to choose that same file again. And as you see, we're going to choose nothing else here. And I'm going to click on Submit. Now once I click on Submit, it is going to bring over the puzzle where you can see the actual words here. Now, if you notice right here, you are going to see 12 words. However, if we bring this CSV file back, you'll notice that cream of mushroom soup was not included and it automatically picked the next one in line. The reason for that, and I did this specifically to show this off, is when you come in here, let's go back to word puzzle, word search, and we will select number 3. It says that the words and phrases are limited to 20 characters. Now, one of the pro tips for you guys is if you come in here and you're creating your CSV file, you need to make sure that everything is under 20 characters. I can tell you right away that this is not 20 characters. How do I know that? Well, you can come into right here, the B column, and we are going to type in equals LEN. So this is going to tell us the length, and then we are going to do this, and then A1. So it's going to pick from here, and we're going to close that out, and this is 22 characters. Now what you can do, so let me make this big, you can take this formula and you can drag it down all of your puzzles, and it's going to fill in how many characters each puzzle is, and you can see everything else is going to work properly except for this one, which is over that 20 character limit. So let's go back in here, and we are going to actually close this out, and I will get rid of both of these puzzles again because I do want to show off a few more things. So we'll come in here to page 1. We'll open up the word puzzle again. Word search, we're going to do just one page here. And now let's play around with the fonts. So you've seen what it looks like. Normally we're going to change this to 12 like is in the file, and maybe let's change the word font to, I don't know, 16. We will change this to red just to show off what it looks like. Again, we are not going to do a red color. We are going to choose diagonal words. We might do reverse words. There's different highlighters for the solution. So maybe this one we will pick cells, for example. Keep everything else the same. We're going to add solutions. We're going to pick that file. I'm going to update that and then click on Submit. And as you see, it is going to change to red just like we selected. And this time, each one of the puzzle solutions is going to be different. Now, this is very, very hard to read, correct? So the easiest way to change that once you are done is to come in here and right-click the puzzle, and you'll be able to select Edit Contents. Now, when you edit contents, each individual thing can be changed as well. Let's come up here to this one. If you want to change anything about the puzzle but not individually, you can always do so in the top menu. We can replace that color with black, and it's going to change everything about that. So for example, if we want to change this puzzle and we want to change each one of these individually, I can edit contents, I can select these all, and then I can change this text to black as well, or I can simply select them and move them around the page, right? So each individual puzzle is editable if you right-click and edit. Now that's how to use the actual word search puzzle generator inside of the BookBolt Studio, but I do want to make sure that you guys understand that when you are first coming in here, it's a really good idea to do one puzzle at a time. Understand and play around with the options. You can always come in afterwards. Okay, so I'll fit this, and once you don't want anymore, delete it and save the page and then start over. Once you are happy with all of the pages, you would then come in here, come to the page templates, word puzzle, word search, and you can select as many pages as you want. Keep in mind to remember when you are in here, read these, okay? You have to make sure that all the words are in one column. The words and phrases are limited to 20 characters. And when you're choosing the number of puzzles and you want to add solutions, you need to have double the pages. So it gives you an example here. If you have 50 puzzles in your CSV and you want to add solutions, your puzzle interior of your book needs to be at least 100 pages, okay? Now, lastly, before we wrap this video up, if you ever get stuck, we do have 4 how-to articles that's specifically written and formatted for word search puzzles. Now, you can get to those by coming to the learning menu and then going to the frequently asked questions. And once this is open, there's a lot of material in here, but if you scroll to the very bottom, there's going to be 4 in here, okay? How can you make your word search be in all lowercase, etc.? How can you make the blank row for the word search easily? How can I make a list of words to be random instead of alphabetical if you're pulling them from somewhere else? And this is the one we went over in this video, is how you can determine quickly how many characters are actually in a cell of your CSV file. So that's going to be all for the word search tutorial. Make sure you play around with the options, and then once you are completely satisfied with what you want to do, then you can run the entire puzzle for your book.